Alright, this is my Pfaff 230 and I'm going to do a little repair on this. This is an excellent machine, and let's see if I can get over here to show you. Right over here is a crack, and I got it that way. I probably would have bought it anyway. Let me see if I can get a little closer so you can see it. See how that looks. So yeah, it's right there. It extends up. It doesn't come out to the front. It's just right here. And there's a chip of paint right here. So this thing took a shot or something happened to it. It was dropped. And this is what drops the feed dogs. And if this is left alone, this crack will grow. And it will grow probably straight across here and right into this stem. So what I am going to do, or at least attempt to do, is to put a plate right here. And I have some tools out, like this nice tap set. And I have a micro stop. And I'm going to put an aluminum plate and recessed screws. And I'll probably pick up this hole here for the first screw and put a second one over here and a plate right across. And that will kind of help this out a little bit. So I'll be back. Okay, I'm back, and I'm going to use this tap set that I got from Tractor Supply. And I'm going to use this 1032 tap and the corresponding drill bit, which I believe is a number 25. This is what I'll start with. And I'm going to drill two holes right here. This one, I'm going to make that bigger, and the same one on the opposite side of this crack to correspond. And then I'm going to do, on this plate that I already marked out, I don't know if you can see that, but that's going to go here, and it's going to have recessed screws in it. I'm going to use a micro stop, which is this device right here, to drill a countersunk hole. And then these screws, like this one, is going to be installed. It's aircraft grade, and it's from my aircraft toolkit. So starting with the drill, always drill on lower speed so you get a good cut, and put a little bit of oil on the bit. A little bit of sewing machine oil would be just fine, a little tiny drop. And then I'm going to start here and drill. Now this is cast iron, and there's a shaft right on the other side, but I don't think that's going to matter much. And now right here, I get my readers on, and I'll get this one right here. Normally I would center punch, but I don't want to hit this thing. No hammer blows. Okay, it's starting to go. A little bit of oil. Going in. These are titanium coated bits, which really doesn't mean much. It's basically a high-speed steel bit that's got a titanium coating on it. But there are titanium bits that are very expensive and look just like this, almost just like it. This one's almost through. Should be there. Not there yet. The oil helps cool the bit, not so much helps lubricate the bit. There it goes. It's going. It's going. It's going. 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 Okay. All right. Now I'm going to use this tap. This setup right here, and this has never been used before, so it's oil is always good. Put a little drop here and there, a little couple of drops of oil. Put this in here. Put some oil on the shaft of this. And out of the kit comes this T-handle. Now this, I might have to go with a bigger bit, so let's see what happens. Now, when a tap starts, it wants to grab. Nope, needs a bigger bit, I do believe. Right through and right through. Okay, let's try this again. Let's see what happens now. Oh yeah, that's the right size, so you can feel it. The tip of the tap goes right in, and then you can't feel it, but I can. You can feel it's starting to cut threads, and you can't just run it right through. You have to back off and get the chip out. Go in until you feel it, and then back out. In until you feel it, and then back out. In until you feel it, and back out. If you just try to run it through, you'll end up breaking the tap. And then you'll be singing the blues, like, how do I fix this? So. Okay. Okay, that one's in. Spin this back out. And the battery on the camera's going dead. But just to show you, here is the screw I'm going to use. It goes in like so. You should be able to hand thread it right in there. And there it is, see? Alright. I'll do the other one and I'll get back. Alright, so I got the two holes drilled and tapped. This one I kind of angled it out a little bit. It wasn't quite straight. But when you're using a pair of dividers like these to measure distances between two holes, don't try to go in the center like that, because you'll be off. You could be like a little bit off. You could be like, oh, that looks okay, but it's not. Go to the very edge to edge, and you can see how much I'm off. So I could just go like that and just bring that in a little bit. Then I could measure to the other edge. I could say, oh yeah, that's okay. And then I took this piece of aluminum that I'm going to use, and I already marked it out. I put a cross here and here that lines right up, and I have it marked at a 1/2 inch by 2 1/4, and these lines will just fit right in once I do this. So that's what I'm going to do now, is drill these. I'm going to use a hole on the bench over here to get this thing set. So hold on. And normally I would use a center punch, I don't have one handy down here in the shop, so I'm gonna rough it. And that's one. And now the other. That might have walked a little bit. I might have to do this over, but just to give you an idea, now I use a micro stop. And I go right in like so. Best to have this in a vise, but okay. Alright, so there those are. And these screws would just drop right in and sit flush. One and two. Alright, I'm back. Here's the piece. I cut it out in a vise with a hacksaw, real simple. It's been countersunk. These guys go right in, and I'll just put this little patch on there, and hopefully this crack will never get worse. There's really no way to fix it because you can't weld it. I mean, you can, but who's going to spend that kind of money to take this thing apart and weld it? Okay, these should go in nice and snug. And nice and snug. Okay. Oh. That still works. I think that's a fair repair. There, back in action. Hey, I haven't used this one in a while. My 230. I have a bulk spool of V69 or T70, depending on who you're talking to. Hooked up here in the back. It's threaded nice. I have the same thread on the bobbin. I didn't mess with the tension too much. And there it is. I have a leather needle on here, and I have 2 strips of leather. And a lot of people always ask, can this Pfaff sew leather? So let's see what happens. I'm holding a camera, so I've only got one hand. So let's see. Oh, let me give it some stitch length. How about some feed dogs? Nope. There we go. Doesn't seem to have an issue. Okay. A lot of people say, oh, it's not a leather sewing machine, but okay. So we're going again, and let me get this extra thread off and double down. Oops. Oh, jeez. Okay. Well, there it goes. It doesn't seem to have an issue. I have an issue with one hand, but still threaded. Alright, see? That's the baby. Alright, that leather was really slippery. Now I'm going to try some Naugahyde. Or Nauga Soft. Okay, no knee lift. It's a nice stitch, kind of small. Let me try it again. See if I can get this thing any more of a stitch. Yeah, that's about it. That's the stitch you get. Doubled over. No issue. No issue at all. Okay, here's one more thing I sew with my commercial machines. This is 1.5 inch webbing, 1000 denier nylon, this cardboard stiffener, and another piece of 1000 denier nylon. The industrial machines eat this up. I still have the leather needle in, and let's see what happens. My. Didn't even hesitate. Can you see the red thread? I could use a little more tension on the top, but that's just an adjustment. Alright, so what's not to like about a Pfaff? This thing's awesome. Here it is again. Awesome, awesome.